Good morning. Today we are going to start with a new topic which is known as selectors. This is the next level version of your CSS. In the sense, next uh, topic, selectors. Can anyone say that what do you mean by a selector? Can anyone say that what do you mean by a selector? Selectors are nothing but we are going to use the selectors to identify your tags. Like example, you have a tag called P and you have written hi, hello, and you're closing off your P tag. Now I want to identify this P tag and I want to apply some CSS properties. I want to apply CSS properties for this P tag. How we are going to identify this P tag? Based on your selectors, we are going to identify this tag. Okay, what are the different types of selectors we have in the sense? Simple selector, class selector, generic, ID, universal, attribute, pseudo. These are the different selectors we are going to use to identify your tags. Okay. First, we will see what do you mean by a simple selector. Can anyone say that what do you mean by a simple selector? Can anyone say that what do you mean by a simple selector? Simple selector is very similar to your document level style sheets. Okay. Suppose example in the body part, if you have three different tags, for these three different tags, if you want to apply any CSS properties, how we are going to apply your properties in the document level style sheet, the same way we are going to be applied here. Based on your tags, based on your tag names, we are going to identify, you are going to apply the properties for that particular tag content. Understood? Simple selector is nothing but where you are going to apply your CSS properties based on your tags. Here see H1, I have some content here. For this content, I have to apply some properties. So I have written H1 tag and I have opened and closed parenthesis. In this, I have applied some properties. That's it. Can anyone say that why I have used type is equal to text bar CSS? Why I have used this attribute? In the previous class, I have explained why have you going to use type is equal to text bar CSS. Why we are going to use in the sense, the content which you are going to write within the style sheet, in the style part, that is in the sense, which is a normal text which refers to your CSS. So we are going to give a hint for text bar CSS. Understood? Simple selector says where you can apply your properties based on your tags. Is it clear for everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now when I run this particular code, so this is what you are going to get your output. That's it. Okay. Now, next question is, my next question is, suppose I want to apply the H2 properties for H3 also. How should I apply? Whether I need to write once again the same properties in the H3? Have you understood my question?
Yes, sir.
Okay. H2 have some properties like font families, Cambria, 30 pixels and red. These same properties I have to apply for H3. Whether I have to write these properties once again here in the H3 tag, or is
No,
there
sir.
any other option? Any answers? Fine. You need not to rewrite once again. If you want to apply the properties which are there already for the another one, H2, comma, H3, you can mention it and you can disclose it. Now you save it, go for it. Okay, we don't have here. Once again, you run it. See, the same properties are applied to your H3 also. Is it clear for everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, moving to your next ID. What is your next ID? Simple as done. What is your next ID? Come on, say which one I need to pick out. See, there is no any ascending order or descending order. You can pick anything. So now I'll move to your class selector. Okay. Here, what we are going to do here in the sense, suppose if you have three properties, so three tags. For these three tags, I want to apply some properties. For that, as the name itself specifies that it is a class selector, we have to make use of a keyword called class. For that, we have to assign some value. Okay. For that, we have to assign some value. How we are going to assign your properties in the sense, the properties we have to be defined in your header part. In your header part, we have to define it. How we have to define in the sense, tag name dot green. Whenever I specified here, it is a dot that it specifies for your class. Okay, h1 dot green. In the sense, class is equal to green. For that particular these are the properties which I'm going to apply. As the name itself specifies the class, so we have to use your class keyword in your opening of the tag. For this, you have to assign any name. You can assign any value for your class, but these values should be placed in your header part. Header part you have to be specified. Here you have a green. Here if you specify greens, it won't accept. Here also you should have your green only. And when you're compiling, and this will be matched with this, and then these properties are going to be applied for your this statement. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear for everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Anyone have a doubts? Okay, fine. See, example, you have here purple. I want to apply red properties. What should I do? What should I do here? Whether h1 red comma, I should write something. What should I do? Where should I change the statements?
Color.
I want color. Where I need to, whether I need to change here or whether I need to write some extra content here. I want to apply red property to the purple. Earlier in the simple selector, what we have done? We have written the tags with the separated with the comma. Now how we have to write it here? I want to apply this red properties to your purple. What should I do?
h1 dot
Whether I need to write it comma h1 dot purple here, whether I have to write it like this, or I'll remove this purple like this.
Second one, sir.
This is correct, sir.
This is the one correct. If I want to apply the properties which you have already defined it, just to change your class value, automatically all the properties which you are going to have, that will be changed. Okay, now here I'll write it purple. Now you can check it out your output. Class selector, in your class selector, this is what you're the same output you're going to get it. Now I'll change your purple to red. I'll go back here and I'll refresh it. The properties, whatever there in the red, it has been changed here. Have you understood about your class selector?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Ramesh, have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Vishnu Sai?
Yes, sir.
Have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Next, moving to your next topic, next ID selector is next selector, which is generic. What do you mean by generic? Can you even say that? What do you mean by generic? Generally, you say me. Generic is common. Okay. Suppose you have here one tag, one statement. Okay, for this, if you want to apply the properties, so what we have to do here in the sense, we have to use your class, the same keyword class we have to use, and we have to assign some property. But make sure that whenever you are applying this generic property in the header part, we are going to change. Earlier we used to use your tag name. Earlier we used to use your tag name here, but now whenever we are using generic, we should not use anything. Just it need to starts with the dot and your class value, what you have represented here. Whatever the value you are represented here, that it need to be applied here. Understood what is the difference between your class selector and your generic selector?
Yes, sir.
Whenever I want to apply common properties for different tags, make sure that whenever I'm using generic, generic says that it is in common. Common in the sense, suppose you can check it out here. I have a different tag here. I have different tag here. Yes, I have different tag here also. But I want to apply common properties to all these three different tags. At that time, you need to make use of generic selector. How you need to specify the generic selector in the sense dot red, and your class value should be specified that red. And whatever the properties you want to apply for that particular tag, you can apply it. Here it is in Cambria, you can change it to the Times New Roman or Arial, anything. Okay. Save it, go back to this and execute it. Everything is common. Now, I want to apply the changes. For H2, I want to give some font family is Times New Roman, font size is equal to 50 pixels and color is equal to green. How should I specify? I want to change a properties for H2 tag using your generic selector. How should I change it?
You have to
Simple.
write h2 dot class.
No. Based on the, you need to change only with your generic selector. Suppose H2 class is equal to, I need to be specifying here, I'll specify green. what I'll do here in the sense, I'll specify dot green on your parenthesis, log into that font hyphen family colon Times New Roman semicolon font hyphen size colon 40 pixels color colon green I'll specify. Okay, save it. Go back for here, run. Now it has changed. That's it. But when you are you need not to make use of generic only here. If there is this, you can make use of h2 dot. You can make use of this type of selector. What is this type of selector is called what? What is the selector name? When I'm specifying
Class.
class, exactly. See, when I specify like this also, my property doesn't change anything. I'm refreshing here, even though it has not changed. Same. Have you understood the selector, generic selector?
Yes, sir.
Have you understood the simple selector?
Yes, sir.
Class?
Yes, sir.
Now moving to your ID selector. Moving to your now ID selector. Can anyone say that? What do you mean by an ID selector? Yes, can anyone say that? What do you mean by your ID selector?
For ID selector, we'll be using the word ID. And in this, like class, for class selector, if we write, we can use one class and many can be written with the same name. But for ID, specifically unique has to be there.
Exactly. Where ID selector, what it says in the sense, ID selector is very similar to your class selector. But the difference is where we have when we are using class selector, we can apply to the n number of what I can say. You can apply for more than one element. But whereas coming for your ID selector, you can apply to the only specific element. Only to your specific element we can apply your ID. Okay, and this ID will works only with your most of the times we are going to make use of this ID with your division property. Okay, see, diff ID is equal to top. Whenever we are going to make use of an ID, this ID is to be mentioned in your header part with your hash symbol. Whenever we are going to make use of an ID selector, this ID selector should be mentioned in your header property with hash symbol. With hash symbol. And rest everything, whatever the properties you want, you can mention it. Understood? ID selector is very similar to your class selector, but the difference is class selector can be applied to more than one element, whereas coming to your ID selector, that can be applied to only specific elements. Okay. Whenever you want to make use of an ID selector, in the proper opening of your tag, you have to mention your ID is equal to some value. And this mentioning of your ID in your header part should start with your hash symbol. Then only the system will get to know that, okay, ID hash, okay, it matches to these values. Top. Okay, this top is matching with your ID part. Then this property is going to be applied wherever you have an ID is equal to top. Okay, is it clear for everyone?
Yes, sir.
Don't confuse, it's a bit confusing, but everything it is easy. Just I'll go for ID selector, I'll execute it, the same, here it is. Whatever the properties we are applying for in your header part, that is going to be applied for your tag. But the selector is going to be changed here, that's it. Next, universal selector. What do you mean by universal selector? Yes, can anyone say that? What do you mean by an universal selector? How to apply
Same
it?
properties.
How to apply it? Whenever you're using universal selector, you have to mention star, but in the classes, sorry, in the tags, you need not to be mention anything. You need not to be mention anything like class, ID. You need not to be mention anything. Just you need to mention star in your header part, open and closing of your parenthesis, and write your attributes. That's it. Is it clear? When you have written star, this will be applied for all these tags. This will be applied for all of your tags. You need not to be bothered about, okay, for which tag it will apply. No, it will apply for whole content. Whatever the content you have in your body tag, it will be applied for everything. There is no any specific, it will be applied for specific tag. There is no like that. Universal, common for, it will be applied for all the tags which are written in your body tag. But make sure that whenever you are making use of universal, you have to start with your asterisk symbol, open and close. And you apply, you can write your properties here. Is it clear for everyone?
Yes, sir.
See, this is a what way you can get it. Next, attribute. What do you mean by an attribute? What do you mean by an attribute? Attribute selector. Yes, can anyone say that? What do you mean by an attribute selector? Attribute selector is nothing but example. Suppose if you have a paragraph tag, in that you might have mentioned some color, colon, red, and you have written some content, you have closed your P tag. Based on this attribute, you are going to apply some properties for this content. Understood what I have said? Has the name itself specifies that it is an attribute. Based on the attributes which you have specified in the tag, based on that you are going to apply the properties for your content. Okay, I'll show it here. See, I have some tags here. P tag, H1 tag, some in this I have some references, anchor tags. Where I have specified in the header part, you can check it out. Tag name, within the open and close square parenthesis, I have mentioned some attribute, where which the attribute name is target. For that wherever I have that particular target attribute, for that particular content, background color should be red. Okay, can anyone say that whether for this the background color will be applied or whether for this it will be applied? First one or second one?
Second
Second
one.
one, sir.
Second one. Why it is be applying for second one?
Target is there in second one.
Okay,
The
fine.
attribute name.
Now what I'll do? A href I'll mention color colon yellow. Now you specify for which one it will be applied.
Both, sir.
Why both?
In
Why it
both
is
it's
applied for? Href is available for in the both the anchor tags, so it will be applied for both the tags, for both the contents. Okay. Now you'll go for your this attribute selector. Click on it. See, Udemy is in your yellow color. Even Google is also yellow color. Why? Because the attribute which you have specified, it is in both the tags, and with the target which you have specified, that is there in only in your second anchor tag. That's why the background color is red. Is it clear for you? Attribute selector.
Yes, sir.
Everyone have understood all the selectors till now what I have explained?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Last, only one selector is remaining, which is pseudo selector. What do you mean by pseudo selector? Can anyone say that? What do you mean by pseudo selector? Pseudo selector, why we are going to make use of in the sense where we can give some special effects on the selectors, where we can give some special effects for your selectors. Like example, focusing or hovering, hyperlink. Like focusing in the sense, suppose if you have some input text, when I place any cursor, that will be get highlighted like this. Suppose example here I'm going specifying, enter some string, input type is equal to text, something I have written, and next I have used your input type submit. In the sense, there will be some one input text box and one submit button. That's it. I have specified here tag name input colon focus. When I place my cursor there, it will need to be get focused. How it is focused in the sense where background color should be the sky blue, where color should be your white. Okay, I'll execute it and I'll show for you pseudo selector here. Check it out. The text box is now background is white color. When I entering of your data here, now it moves, the background color will be sky blue. See, now the sky blue has been started. My entering of your data will be in your blue color, sorry, white color. That's it. See, enter, when I pressed enter, my submit button is also getting your blue color. This is what your pseudo class, in the sense where we can apply some special effects for this particular tags. Not only the focus we can do hover, in the sense when I place a cursor like this here, automatically the color will get changed like this, and for hyperlinks we can do it. Is it clear for everyone, this ID selectors, everything, all the selectors?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Anyone who have a doubts? Anyone who have a doubts?
Sir, explain that pseudo selector once again.
Okay. See, why we are going to use pseudo selector in the sense just to apply some effects. When I place cursor on this pseudo, this color, background color should get changed. Or when I enter some data, the background color should get changed, like this type of things. Okay. This can be done based on for properties most of the times. Here you can check it out. Have taking some input. For this, when I click a cursor in this particular text box, the background color should change. And the content what I'm writing, it should be in the different color. So what I have done in the sense, I have taken this tag name. So tag name I have specified input colon, and I have specified it is focus. There are three properties: focus, hover, hyperlink. These are the three properties we have, but here I have mentioned one. Focus, it will get happen. In the sense, it will take a eye on that particular box. When I place this focus, the background color should change and my font color should change. That's it. So what I'll do here, you can check it out. When I, till now it is white color at the background. When I start entering data into that particular text box, the background color will change. See, now it has changed. Hi, hello. If it is nothing, you're coming out, it will be blank. That's it. When I press enter also, here also I have it is focusing. Just clear?
Oh, yes, sir. Thank you.
Fine, no problem. Still anyone have a doubts? Still anyone have a doubts? Okay, fine. Now we will moving to your next topic, which is box modeling. Moving to your next topic, which is box modeling. See, box modeling is nothing but here, not different. Just we are specifying what is the, what we are going to call for sides, what is the spaces in between two boxes, what we are going to call, that we are going to be specifying here. This is one box. Within this one box, we have another one box. The first one, which we are going to call it as an outer edge. The first layer of your first box, which we are going to call it as an outer edge. The inner edge, the second box of your edges, which we are going to call it as an inner edge. This is your border. Left, right margin. Top, bottom margin. Margin in the sense, either it can be in the form of width and your heights. Padding. Padding is nothing but where the space between of your two contents. I mean two boxes. This is your one, this is your second one. The space between these two, which we are going to call it as your padding. The contents can be written here in the sense where you can write your contents here in the space. That's it. I mean, just you need to know about what do you, for what we are going to call. What do you mean by margin? What do you mean by padding? What do you mean by border? How to specify the border sizes and everything. Okay. Now I'll be specifying what are the different types of borders we have. What are the different types of borders we have? If I want to apply different types of borders, for that we have some property name we should have. To apply that borders, we have a type name called border style. Border style we have. The property name which if you want to apply for borders, we have border style property. You can check it out here. Border style, here you can check it out. Border style colon solid. Solid in the sense where everything will be in this format. Solid, it will be complete line, you're going to get it. Dash dashed, where you're going to get it in this format. Double, ridge, outside, dotted, solid, groove, inside, hidden. These are all the different types of borders which you have. There are 9 borders styles. If you want to apply for these 9 borders to your content, you have to make use of only one property which is called border style. You have to call a border style property. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, if I want to apply width, the border size, what we have, the width of that border color, that we can be specified with your pixels. With a number of pixels, like 5 pixels or 7 pixels, where it shows the width. And if you want to apply the color for that particular borders, we can specify with the border color. You can specify with your border color. If you want to apply width, you can use border width. Okay. Now, I want the top should be solid one. The left one should be dotted one. Dotted border I require. Where the right side should be your double border you need. Where the bottom should be your dashed it need to have. In the sense at that time you can make use of these individual properties: border style, border right style, border bottom style, border left style. Is it clear for everyone? Why have
Yes,
used
sir.
here this border top? You need to have a solid. You need to make use of top style, right style, bottom and left. See, rather than specifying like this all into your different properties, where we can mention like border style, and you can mention solid, solid, dashed and dotted. In the sense top, right, bottom, left, you are going to take it. Okay. All 4 values can be assigned to your single property, but it will by default it will take this is your top, this is your right, this is your bottom, and this will be your taking it as your left. Is it clear for everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. One thing I'll show here, just you can observe it. HTML, dash HTML, body. Right. HTML. Now I'll come back to your body part. You think here I'm using your class selector H4, the class is equal to, I'll make use of solid. Hi, hello, good morning. I'll close my H4. The same thing I'll be applying for here. But here I'll be mentioning here dotted. Where when I'm coming for styles, here I'll be mentioning H4 dot solid, opening of your parenthesis, closing of your parenthesis. Here I'm going to apply the property. If I want to apply the solid line, what is the property name we have to use for border? What is the property name? Attribute? Hyphen style, colon, solid. That's it. H4 dotted. Open your parenthesis. In this you can say border hyphen style colon dotted. That's safe. Border dot HTML. Safe. Here it is saved. Here you can check it out. I have a border. When I double click it, here you're going to get it. One is your solid, another one is your dotted line. This is how you can apply your border styles. At the same time, you can apply for width also, where you're going to get the thickness of your borders. Where you can apply different borders for your different sides, top, left, bottom, right. Is it cleared for everyone?
Yes, sir.
Anyone who have a doubts? Anyone who have a doubts? Okay, fine. We'll stop it today here and we'll continue in the next class. And one second.